Hello there, and you're very welcome to another How Do You Do? Well, today's programme, as you may have guessed, is all about recycling, and it's about recycling plastic bags. And in fact, you saw a lady putting the bags into a box there. Well, what happens to that bags is they're made into pellets like the ones that you can see here on the table, and then the pellets are made into more refuse sacks that you can use for throwing your rubbish into. So it's a great idea. And another great idea is in studio with me today with a group of girls from Corofin Foroige Club in Galway. We have Rosemary O'Brien and some of her pals over in the demonstration area, and they're going to show you how to recycle your old plastic bags and make them into lovely school bags and satchels and all sorts of things. Rosemary, you're very welcome to our programme. How did this idea come about?
Well, as a Foroige Club, we were actually helping out in the Apostolic Squirts display in Corofin, and we saw this woman who had these bags on display, and we thought there was a very unique idea and that it was brilliant. And at first we didn't realise they were actually made out of plastic bags. And we asked Maudie Glynn to come to the club and actually show the members of our youth club how to make the plastic bags.
Great idea. And you've made loads of things out of the bag since you've got the basic instructions. Starting from behind, you have a lovely shopping bag. How is that made?
Well, first of all, we have to cut the plastic bags into strips so we can actually have the materials to crochet. And then you just decide what kind of size of bag you actually want. And then you crochet it in various sizes and shapes. And to make the bag stronger, you can line them with scrap material or whatever that you have at home, or a pillowcase.
Okay, so it's basically just plastic bags, a crochet hook, and you have to be able to crochet to do this. All right, so that's one bag. Behind me here, there's another selection of other bags here. These are sort of school bags or satchels for putting your sports gear in, are they?
Yeah, well, I myself don't use it as a school bag, but I use it for my sports gear, and the national school kids have a little sister, and she uses it as for her swimming gear.
Her swimming gear. Great, they're great. And they're finished off with buttons there to tie them, is that it?
Yeah, it's just so you can have them closed.
Closed, so nobody can rob your gear. Right, a great idea. On the table here in front of me and on the floor there's a selection of boxes. How are these done? Are they done more or less the same way as the bags?
They're done exactly the same. It's just like that you just cover the box, and that there is the shoe box, and it's just covered. And we just line the inside of it with another plastic bag. You just cut it and you just line the inside, and you use thread to sew it on instead of the plastic, because it's too hard to actually sew it on with the plastic. So
you've put all of this on display in Galway, in the Galway area. What sort of response have you had to it?
We've had a brilliant response. A lot of people are actually interested in progressing our idea, but as we're only a small youth club in a rural area, we ourselves can't do a lot. But we're looking into other aspects of recycling, and we're trying to get a bottle bank and a can depot in Corofin itself, and actually get a paper depot in Tuam. So we're just still working on them ideas.
Well, they're great ideas. Hopefully you will have a lot of success with it. And I'm sure lots of people, when they see this programme, will want to make these bags. Are you bringing out an instruction booklet?
At the minute we are, and we have it more or less published. And people shall be able to get it. We're distributing it to the national schools and the Foroige clubs in Galway. And we've given you our address, which will be on the Airtel page. And if they want, they can just write to me and I'll send it back to them, no problem.
Okay, well thank you very much for giving me all the information about it. Now we have to get down to the work of showing you how the bags are actually made. And we're starting over here. And we've got Martina Tracy, and she has got a selection of the things you will need on the tray. So maybe you'd like to tell them at home what they need.
Basically need plastic bags, scissors, buttons to finish them off, and thread and a needle, darn needle, to secure the plastic for the lining of the box.
Right, so very simple ingredients. It doesn't cost very much, does it?
No.
Okay, well we'll put this aside, and you're going to show them the first thing, which is how to actually cut the bags. Now I suppose this is the most tedious end of the thing. It's probably the part that won't be the most popular with people, is it?
No.
Okay, well what do you do? How do you start off?
You cut the bottom off the bag. And then you cut the straps off the bag.
Right. How many members are in your club?
It's about 40.
40. And so do you sort of divide yourselves into groups? Some people cut up the bags, some people crochet, and some people do other things, is that it?
Yeah, the boys in our club are doing sewing trees, like with plants, and most of the girls do crochet then.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you've cut off the ends, the top and the bottom. What do you do next?
You cut in about an inch into here, and then you simply just cut in strips all the way around.
Okay. When you mean all the way around, you don't stop really until you get to the end of the bag,
You
is
get
that
up
it?
to the very top of the bag.
Okay. And you just keep going around the
Keep
whole
going
way.
around. And then when you've it all finished, you roll it into a ball like that. So it's like a ball of wool.
Oh, I see. So you're busy in your club making up loads of balls of these. Okay. And that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you take a break and we'll move in here. I'll move in here. Besides, this is Sheila O'Brien, and on the other side we have got Mary O'Brien, and they tell me they're not related, they're just friends. Sheila, how do you start off to make a bag now once you've got your ball?
Well, you put up the stitches at first, and then you carry on and you just crochet. It's the treble stitch, and you just carry on until you get the size that you want. And the basic stitch is just go in, out, around. You put it through two of them.
Just do it a little slower there so I can have a better look at it,
I'll
because
start.
I haven't a clue how to crochet.
Okay, you go around the first time. You go in the hole, then you wrap it around there and you bring it through.
Yeah.
And twist it around again and you bring it through two of them. Then you twist it around again and you bring it through the last two, and then you should end up with one. And then you start it off again and you go along and you finish the line. And when you get to the end of the line, you put up 2 extra stitches and then you go back.
Go back.
Go back.
Right.
And then
What happens after that?
here I have all the different parts of the bag. This is the back and the flap of the bag.
Right.
And then this is the front of the bag that should
Which
lay
goes
in
there. Right.
Then you have the 2 sides and the base.
And the base.
And
Okay.
then you have your strap. And then you put them all together.
You have to assemble them together.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm in the process of,
You're busy.
of putting on together here.
Okay. Were you able to crochet before you started to do this, or did you just learn recently?
I
or-
actually learned it recently, about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago,
3
and you were able
weeks.
to do all this?
Yeah, I'm able to. It's easy once you get the hang of it, you know. But
Did you get a crochet book, or did you just learn by looking at others?
my mother taught me.
The best way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to put the bag together.
All right.
And
Well, just have a look at what you've done first of all before you do that. You have the front attached, and you have the base attached. You have the other side attached.
Yeah.
And this is the back plus the flap. So you're just finishing off this part here, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this time you do a double stitch. So you go in the holes there, then you wrap it around and you bring it through, and you wrap it around again and you bring it through the 2 of them, and then you're back again. So you do that all the way up the side of the bag till you get to the top, and that's it all secured then. And if you want to, if your bag is kind of boring, you can do it across there as well, like, but not going through the 2 parts to put it together, and it can give you a nice
Just to sort of finish
edging.
off a nice
Yeah.
border on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And what happens then?
This
This one here, we have one that we made earlier.
here's one I made earlier.
Very good.
And it's just, you put a button on it and a little catch, and you can use it for your swimming gear or
Or whatever.
anything
And
like
you've
that.
actually just sewn the button on. You wouldn't use plastic
No,
to attach
because
that.
it's too big, the plastic, you
Yeah.
know.
Okay. Well done.
Yep.
Take a rest.
Okay,
And
thanks.
we'll move along to Mary. And Mary's going to show us how to make a round bag. Is that right, Mary?
Yeah,
Yeah.
around.
Or a circular bag. Now, this is different again. You start off in a different way, is
Okay.
it?
You start off with a loophole. And you make a chain of about 6 or 7.
Well, this I can do. I know how to make a chain. So I'll be able to start
Yeah.
a bag off. I don't know how I continue.
And when you have your chain done, you join the 2 ends with a single stitch,
Yeah.
where you just pull it through
Right.
and just pull it through again.
Okay.
And then you start doing trebles into the centre hole itself. And you do treble stitches all the
Right.
way to there.
So there's just a few really basic stitches, are there? There's a
There's-
chain stitch, a treble stitch, a
And
double stitch.
a double
is it?
stitch.
And is there any other kind of a stitch you use in it?
There's a loophole that you use for the end of the bag.
Yeah.
And then when you have that done, then you keep on going around until you can't go into the centre hole anymore.
Okay. How long would it actually take to make a bag? Like
Well,
something like one of these, would it
if
take?
you were to do it over a few days, like it'd take about a week.
Mhm.
But if you were to do it to make one straight, like it'd take about 6 to 7 hours.
Working away at it, yeah.
And then when you come to, you join the two ends with a single stitch again.
Mhm.
And then you make a chain of 2.
Right. It's a bit tricky, isn't it, when you're
It's
trying to do it like this?
It's easier if you rub a vegetable oil on the needle itself. It
Alright.
makes it slipperier and it's easier to crochet with.
It
Then.
is getting out, okay.
And then you start around the circle again,
Mhm.
going into the holes. And then you end up with a base like this.
Okay. If you hold it down like that, we can have a better look at it, right?
And this is all actually one piece.
Mhm. So are you
Right.
increasing the stitches as you go along?
Yeah.
There.
When you start here,
Yeah.
you'll
just do it that
you'll
way.
feel it kind of a pull.
Mhm.
It'll start curling in and you increase. And the way you increase is you do 2 stitches into 1 stitch. And that'll
Right.
give you extra stitches. And then you do that for about 8 rows.
Mhm.
And then you stop increasing and you just do single stitches the whole way up.
Right.
And that'll give you your straight line.
Okay.
And
you
then,
just keep going for as long as you want to, as such, or
yeah, into whatever you want the bag to be
Yeah.
like. And then just to give it a kind of a border, you go around the bottom where you stopped increasing.
Mhm.
You go around the edges.
Okay. So you have more or less completed this bag. What's the last things that you have to do on it?
Well, for the top, to pull it together,
Mhm.
you have to make a loophole. And a loophole it's very simple. It's just where you do your treble into your stitch.
Right, like that, yeah.
And then you do 2 chain. And you skip 2 stitches here and you go into the 3rd stitch.
So you're leaving a gap and
Yeah.
making a hole as such. There, right?
And you're left with a hole.
Mhm.
And you'd make about 3 more stitches into the holes there
Yeah.
to make it stronger.
Okay.
And then you can get a piece. You can either crochet this or you can
Plait it, I
plait
presume.
it.
Is that what
with-
you've done?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
plaited with 3 pieces of plastic. And then you just push it in through the holes.
Right.
And I have one here completed
That you made
earlier.
earlier as well. Right.
And that's where I pushed it in through the holes. I didn't use plastic, I used a rope
Yeah.
to make it stronger. And then you make a belt or a strap
with it, yeah.
and you sew it on and that's it.
And that's it.
Stay in your bag.
Great, a fantastic idea. What would you use that bag for?
Well, I'd
Everything,
use
your
it for
bits and
pea
pieces?
gear, yeah.
Yeah.
You can, if you make them smaller, you can use them as toiletry bags,
All right.
you know.
Yeah, they're absolutely great ideas. You've had terrific success with this, Sheila. You won in the community games, is that right?
Yeah.
Earlier this year, or earlier last year, should I say?
Yeah, well, Rosemary and Martina and Mary were there. I wasn't. I was too old to enter the competition, so sure.
But one way or the other, you won the cup, you
Yeah.
won the main prize, isn't that it?
Yeah, we won. The category was under 16s or something like that.
Under
Okay.
16s environmental recycling objects and reviving an old craft.
Right.
So reviving the old craft of crochet.
Reviving the old craft of crochet and making very useful bags at
Yeah.
the same time. Well, it's a great idea, girls. Well done, and I hope lots of people take up your idea. And as the girls said, if you want their booklet, details about it will be available on Airtel page 422. Well, that's it from all of us here today. Hope you enjoyed the programme, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye-bye.